half a day since the Leafs lost Game 7 against the Tampa Bay Lightning. And I'm disappointed. A little bit distraught. But at the same time, I'm proud. I'm proud of this team. I'm proud of this fan base. I'm just proud. The Toronto Maple Leafs gave it their all in Game 7. This entire series. You know what? The majority of this season, when you look back, yeah, okay, it didn't start out too well. Of course, they beat Montreal 2-1, so that's good. A little bit of retribution from the previous year first round. But then they lose to the Senators the next night. They beat them 3-1 a couple nights after that. And then Shesterkin shows the Vezina candidate, the Vezina winner that he is, and wins 2-1 in OT. And then a 5-3 loss to San Jose, a shellacking 7-1 to Pittsburgh, 4-1 to Carolina, barely beat the Chicago Blackhawks, barely beat the Detroit Red Wings. But then there's a turning point. They beat the Golden Knights 4-0. They beat Tampa Bay. They beat Boston. They go on this little run. Yeah, maybe a loss to LA Kings in there, but who cares? Toronto started out mediocre, and in the end, 115 points, 54 wins, both new records for the Toronto Maple Leafs. This team was top 3, top 4 in the entire NHL. They were so good. They are so good. They were playing with the good teams. They were playing with the bad teams. Yeah, sure, they were losing a few times, Buffalo Sabres. Sure, they had some crazy games, Detroit Red Wings. But then they had some games where they absolutely dominated Tampa Bay or Boston or showed Florida or Carolina or Colorado that they deserve to be in the conversation for Stanley Cup. They had players have magnificent season. Austin Matthews, 60 goals in 73 games. He would have hit 65, heck, maybe 70 if he stayed healthy. At one point, he had 50 goals in 50 straight games, 106 points. Mitch Marner, 97 points in 72 games. He would have had over 100 points if he didn't get injured. William Nylander was almost a point per game with 80 and 81. John Tavares, 76 and 79. Heck, Morgan Rielly had 68 points. Michael Bunting, who heard of Michael Bunting? Well, at the beginning of the year when they signed him, I said he'll probably start on the fourth line, take Nick Ritchie's spot, and play with Matthews and Marner. And heck, look what he did, 63 points in 79 games, and he's in top 3 for Calder voting. Insane. Kerfoot had over 51 points this year. This was a good team. Jack Campbell was great. Yeah, injured. Maybe Mrazek didn't work out, but Shalgren, out of nowhere, this is a good team. They showed it in the regular season, and they get rewarded with, here's the back-to-back Stanley Cup champion Tampa Bay Lightning, who are now on a streak, just beat you 8-1, I think, and yeah, good luck. And Toronto's like, yeah, we'll take it. If we want to get to that next step, we got to beat the best. Now, did they? No. But damn, were they close. Like Matthew says, we're right there. We're right there. And I say we because I feel like I'm part of the Toronto Maple Leafs. I've watched every single game. Sitting from my couch 2:30 in the morning in Qatar, watching the Leafs play, and I wouldn't change a thing. And people say, some might say Toronto choked. How can you choke losing by 1 goal in Game 7 to the back-to-back Stanley Cup champions? And the big guys, yes, they showed up this series. 9 points in 7 games for Matthews, 8 for Marner. What was it? It was 7 for Nylander, 6 for Rielly, 6 for Tavares. Yes, it took a while for Tavares to show up, but when he did, and he had that tying goal, but Justin Hall, the interference, I'm not going to get into officiating because it's done. And if you watched any other series, the officiating was horrid everywhere. So inconsistent. This series the same. Okay, maybe we'll get into it a little bit. The Hall interference, okay, if you're going to call that, at least call the trip on. I think it was Nick Call, William Nylander. Give him a 5-on-3 with about 13 minutes to go in the third period. Toronto needed it. But I digress. It's done. It happens. This team showed up. Jack Campbell, I felt, he was right there with Andrei Vasilevskiy, just like he was when he was playing against Carey Price. But this time he didn't let in a soft goal. Like Paul's goal, both of his goals were great. It just didn't have that one bounce, that one other shot. Game 5, Game 6, Game 7, the Leafs were the better team, and they deserve better. They deserve better. And this team will get there. This team, as it is, maybe a little bit of sprinkling here or there, but this core deserves better, and they will get there. They will. Steve Dangle had a vision. He's just a year off. It's 2022, 2023, Steve. They can do this. Marner doesn't want this feeling. Tavares doesn't. Keefe knows they're a good team. Heck, John Cooper, Hedman, Stamkos, they all had great things to say about the Leafs, basically saying this is one of, if not their hardest series in the last few years. And it was. Any one of these teams, Tampa or Toronto, I think could beat every single team in the Eastern Conference from what I've seen so far in these playoffs. This could have been the Eastern Conference final. It could have been. Instead, it was another first-round loss. But I'm proud of this team. Dubas, here's a contract to re-sign. Shanahan stay, Keefe stay, Matthews, Marner, Nylander, Tavares, everyone. Run it back. And maybe you can't keep a few guys, but that's why you got the young guys coming through. You got Matthew Nyes in there, Robertson. They can fill some holes. Give them a shot. But you got Bunting for another year at literally under league min or whatever he's at. Kampf at 1.5, a guy who no one really ever heard of. Comes in, just a face-off penalty-killing monster. He beat Andrei Vasilevskiy twice. He could have been his kryptonite. Engvall took the next step. Mikheyev took the next step. Sandin, without his injuries. Liljegren. Muzzin came back. Injured as can be, probably hobbling right now. And he was what, +4 this series? TJ Brody was phenomenal. Justin Hall, yes, I've been on him time and time again. After his one bad game, not even bad game, bad parts of a game, comes out and he plays absolutely tremendous. And no, that interference isn't on him. It happens. This Toronto Maple Leafs team is there. And they will get there. I had a phenomenal year watching this team. Ups and downs. But it was entertaining. I got to buy my son some Leaf jerseys, some Leaf stuff. He has a Matthews jersey, a Tavares jersey. Got to wear those. Yeah, he was all kitted up. We played mini sticks. Well, he picked up the mini stick and threw it and basically wants to fight. Maybe he's a fighter, complete opposite of me. But no, he likes to be goaltender. Maybe he could be like a Jack Campbell. Hopefully, Toronto signs Jack Campbell. Maybe 5x5, 5x4. If Jack gives us throws us a little bone there. But getting to watch some games with him. Heck, I watch games at 2:30 in the morning. He wakes up at 4:30. Crawls on the couch with you. You sit there. You watch some hockey. You celebrate. He has no idea what's going on. He likes the white screen and the fast movement. It was everything I wanted. The season was everything I wanted, and then some. And if the Leafs would have beaten Tampa Bay, it would have been, and then some more. For those who watched my videos, thank you. For those who cheer on the Leafs and are fans of hockey, thank you. To the Toronto Maple Leafs, thank you. I can't wait for next season. Have a great offseason. Proud of this team. And I'm a proud Leafs fan. Leafs Nation is strong. That's it for me. It's time to take a break. Still watch the NHL playoffs. I guess you go for Canada, don't you? But for now, this is it. Go Leafs go.